Yeah.
Yeah, guess who's back with some more Avengers talk?
This time.
Yeah, god dang it, dude. You motherfucker, you. But we did voice your opinion on how the freeway scene and
Oh, did you?
yeah, I was
Good.
like, Rodney really likes this scene, and that was it. But you know, you were felt right there for sure. Everybody loved it. We're on to our next 4 movies. We got Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, and Black Widow, which I almost got duped on this because, again, there's so many different like variations of orders this can go. And I had Homecoming at first, but then I looked back on the definitive list that we decided on, and Black Widow clocked in as our 4th one. At least the order we are doing this and sticking with, so bear with us, guys. If you think it is a different order, Marvel heads don't come for us. We're doing our best. But what is the plot of this movie, Jyler?
The plot. Tony Stark creates the Ultron program to protect the world. But when the peacekeeping program becomes hostile, the Avengers go into action to try and defeat a virtually impossible enemy together. Earth's mightiest heroes must come together once again to protect the world from global extinction.
Gay.
Yeah.
This is the way, of
You know,
course.
it's
Gay is good. Makes me
it's a
happy.
Marvel movie, so you know, a synopsis like that is like, okay,
Fuck yeah.
it is Avengers
I'll watch
movie.
it.
Okay.
Let's go.
So,
It came out in 2015.
Ooh.
damn son.
Damn, that's 7
That's probably my
years
favorite
ago.
part about this movie is the year it came out.
2
Very good
hours,
year.
21 minutes.
Typical
Anyone want to
Avengers
guess the
movie.
budget on this bad boy?
230.
No, it was like
It's late
185.
already. I'll say 200.
250.
Like I said,
nice. I was
Gross.
closest.
bank it. There's nothing gross about this movie. Very clean flick. I'll say.
Worldwide, gross.
I'd say 1.3 billion.
1 billion.
989 million.
No, I made over a billion.
1.4. Rodney was 1 billion off.
I was 1 million off.
Yeah, we should just like stop
Or
doing this
actually, it's like
portion. It
100,000.
it's like another thing to just make us look like we don't know what we're talking about. So let's just let's stop
don't
doing
know.
the guesses.
All right, if y'all
Unless you're
want to
Ricky, when he was on the show, he was like 220
then
million. It was like
Josh
on
can
the spot.
guess. Josh can just guess.
Any noms, Rodney?
Got that one. Oh, guess who's not ready? He took an episode off, and now he is forgetting. Oh,
Damn.
Bars. Hashtag bars.
I know it didn't win any Academy Awards.
Old, really? Is that what you're on?
Yeah.
You're looking up the IMDb of old, huh?
Because one of the guys from Old got cast in a new movie. Yeah, no major awards.
Check the news for that, baby.
No nominations for anything. It won a Academy of Science Fiction and Fantasy Horror Films. It won the Saturn Award for Best Costume Design.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got about cast and characters.
Any new?
Well, the
new
cast
people?
is pretty
One of them
cut and dry
fucking
as usual.
Olsen
The only
twins.
new ones is David Spader, or
I thought you
not
were gonna say
David
David
Spader.
I was like, yeah.
I would have noticed him.
It's not James Spader. James Spader voices Ultron.
Yeah.
And then you get the twins.
Yeah.
You get Scarlet Witch, who is Elizabeth Olsen, and then you get Vision, who is Paul Bettany. But Paul Bettany has also been
He's the voice
Jarvis
of
the whole
Jarvis.
time.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah. Quicksilver.
Pietro. Is the
Yeah,
her
Pietro,
twin.
that's the other twin. Yeah, what did I say?
You said the
You-
twin.
you
Wanda,
combine
and her
Vision.
husband, Vision.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
They have
You
some
forgot
weird-
the other
Aaron
twin,
Taylor
bro.
Johnson
See,
played Quicksilver.
on the side of the screen, you got Tyrion from Game of Thrones.
That's what it
And it
was.
just crossed you over into incestual
and then the cord for the
territory.
microphone really fucked me up, too.
You got this new cat named Iron Man in this.
Yeah.
It was pretty solid new
Yeah.
cast.
But Joss Whedon came back for this one. He directed the first Avengers movie, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's the cast for this one.
Favorite character?
Hulk. Hulk, I think by far.
He was a beast in this.
He's fucking. Anytime he's on screen, it's fucking fun to watch.
Mayhem. What about you, Tyler?
Iron Man.
Just
Nice.
sucking that Iron Man dick over there.
Okay,
gonna-
but Black. Who else is in it? Black Widow.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna change
do
it.
an oddball pick and throw some love for Quicksilver. I think Quicksilver was dope in this movie, and his like little redemption at the end, and the shit he did with like Hawkeye. Like,
What, you didn't see that coming?
Yeah, that, and for him to do that, like at the end, like, and then of course, like actually be like offed, like, which I have a big complaint about.
Why though?
Yeah, it's frustrating, but
pisses me
man,
off.
they actually did it though. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Kudos to y'all for finally killing somebody that we could maybe care about. But they weren't going to touch one of the older characters. They didn't have the balls to do that. But they developed a great new character and actually went there with it. And it was very impactful the way it played out. He really blossomed, if you will, over the course of this 2 hour and 21-minute runtime, if that's what it was, somewhere in that ballpark.
You nailed it right on the head.
Yeah. No surprise, Ultron is my favorite in this, and the reason being because it usually was
great value brand Thanos.
Before this viewing, it has always been Quicksilver because
That's
I'm
the only
a
reason
fan.
I went before you, because I was like, he's about to steal my shit.
I'm always a fan of speedsters in movies like this, so like Eternals and like this, and then the X-Men movies. Like I'm a huge, but they've never really done them right.
Fast man.
You know, up until Eternals did a speedster right, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But Ultron was so sure of himself, and he was so chill about everything.
Yeah,
there was only like twice in this movie where he got aggravated and pissed off.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in this movie was him getting pushed out of the plane. He's like, "Oh, for God's sakes!" When the Hulk did his thing, but I just love his character in general in this. Like, it was nerve-wracking because Ultron's a huge part of the comics. Like, he's
solid.
For a long time in the comics. He's been,
I think he gets overshadowed by Thanos, too. Because Thanos
absolutely.
just comes in and is like, let me do what he failed at.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like great value brand Thanos. Why do we need him? But he's pretty solid as a villain. Like, on subsequent watches, I've grown to like him even more.
Up until this point, he's been the best villain. Other than Loki. Loki's a great villain. But Ultron, I think, turns out to be a better. I just wish they wouldn't have. We'll get to that when we get to it, but Ultron for me.
Nice. What about favorite scene? I'll just go ahead and go. For me, something you can almost blink and you miss it type moment when they're all trying to lift Thor's hammer, and Cap budges it for a second, and you see Thor's face in the background, and you see him kind of like, oh shit, his eyes kind of light up.
We all write the same
Dude,
thing?
that he even said, and his face was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's in my notes.
Cap tries.
That's in my notes.
That's in mine too.
I think that, and just
He's
the,
like reading
what we see
minds.
later, just to have that as kind of like a precursor type of thing, I think it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
All right, Rodney.
I ruined y'all's life.
My favorite scene is not that.
Well, I got
It's-
back up.
Okay.
Of
You
course.
always do.
Yes.
But
We'll let him go after that.
mine's a little different though. It's the scene with. I'm kind of cut between two scenes, but I'll just say one. I'll say the Bruce Banner and Scarlet and Black Widow talking in the bedroom. Whenever you see how like vulnerable she is with Bruce Banner, and then how he's not going to leave with her. He doesn't want to leave with her. There's no sense in it. But then she talks him basically into it, and he's like, where would we go? What would we do? Just that whole scene is like the vulnerability of Black Widow, and her character arc kind of peaks at that moment for me. And then Bruce Banner, you're going to see him vulnerable too, and like kind of questioning what he's doing, in his life. I just love that
Do you
scene.
think he ever actually has gotten the Hulk smash her though, like before she went like in full on Hulk mode, or they just like
she could probably take it in the comics, because in the comics Black Widow has super soldier serum.
It's got to be like getting fucked by a horse, like some women
Probably
die.
worse, way
yeah,
worse.
it's worse.
Way worse.
Yeah,
Would
but
you
the
rather
di-
get
the
fucked
diameter.
by a horse or Hulk?
write that down in the comments down below.
Let us know your answers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with horse on my end, on my end and my actual end. However
was
you want to
your
take
other-
that.
Singing Tyler.
He forgot.
No, I was gonna, because you already covered Quicksilver. When the town starts to float, that whole city just starting to
Yeah,
float.
that's dope.
Just seeing it, like, because I ain't gonna. Well, my first watch, I was like, they're floating, but they're not that high. But in this movie, I noticed like they're above clouds.
Yeah.
Like they're
Oh,
up,
yeah. It was
it's
a global destruction if it would have
exactly.
landed. Yeah.
I didn't
What
even.
was your other
The first
scene?
time I was like, they're just up really high. If they drop the town's gonna all die.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
the
thought
town,
the
the
first
whole
time I
world was.
watched this.
Oh, the first time, yeah. No, it's pretty bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. No, my other one was going to be of course, Steve Rogers and Tony Stark back and forth whenever they're splitting wood,
Yeah.
and Cap gets pissed off and rips
Just-
that
yeah.
block open. But it's just them two going back and forth in these
It's always
movies
great.
is always like perfection, and I feel like that one right there, like, cause Tony's not afraid to get in his face, and I
No.
love that about
He's
him.
so cocky.
He's 100% human, and he's like standing up to Captain America.
Doesn't need no suit, nothing. Like, I'm standing my ground. He's like that 5'4" dude that's drunk at a bar trying to take on the 6'8" dude. Let's shrink that down. Not a lot of 6'8" dudes, but you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, that whole scene where
Cocky
they
as fuck.
find Laura and Clint's, that safe house or their house or whatever. Just that whole scene was just really, really good to me.
Nice. What about favorite action scene? For me, it would be
Go ahead.
putting Hulk to sleep. Yeah, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. That whole scene was
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
favorite.
I mean,
for
mine's
sure.
just an
That was-
extension. It was the Iron Man versus Hulk fight when
Mhm.
Iron Man gets that suit.
That's exactly mine too.
Did
So.
you have 5 others though?
I got one other.
Okay, we'll wait till Rodney's
Yeah.
gonna make sure you don't
Go,
steal
Rodney.
his.
You're up.
Dude, the climax fight. Are y'all kidding me? They all circle around the fucking, pretty much the detonator, and they're just visions tearing,
Yeah, I thought that was
intangible, getting through the robots and shit, and everybody's showcasing their power. Dude, it's just,
It's
it's
dope.
such a dope scene.
It's
And then he's
dope.
like, "Is that all you got?" And he's like,
I'm-
"This is the best I can do."
I'm just
Why'd you have to ask?
my favorite superheroes, not necessarily in the MCU, but general. Like growing up, the 2 superheroes I cling to were Spider-Man and Hulk. And like Hulk Unleashed for me touches nostalgia every time.
Dude, and he unleashes in this movie.
Yeah, so yeah.
Because we get to see a little bit of it in the first Avengers, but this one, like, you get a
Dialed
lot
up.
of the Hulk,
Yeah.
and he's a bad.
I actually like him the best in the first one, believe it or not. But yeah.
All right, Tyler, and your boobies.
You know what? I vote that we don't bring this up unless there are, because I don't want to have
just
to
like
answer that
asking.
every Marvel movie.
No,
I do.
we're gonna say
instead,
it every time.
I do have a best line that I thought from
Okay.
each of these movies. Actually, Cap says to everyone talking about Ultron's Iron Man army, and says when he tells them to go back and find him, he says, "You get hurt them back. If you get killed, walk it off."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's a
Damn, I actually
That's a
have
good
that in
speech.
my cringiest moments section.
Do you really? That would be
no,
awesome.
no, that's a good.
That's such a
line.
good line.
The way,
Come
the way it
on.
was delivered. I will say the one-liners in this one might even be more dialed up than usual, but at the same time, only like half of them hit. Sometimes it felt more forced than other movies, but yeah, kind of goes with that. But that one really worked.
So location of the film. So it was filmed all across the world.
Yeah. This is a tough one for you.
Filmed in Italy, South Africa, South Korea, United Kingdom, and Bangladesh.
Any North?
And then takes place in
Okay,
Sokovia.
fuck me. This is a serious question. He's like, I can't answer that. I have what I wrote down, so but act like I didn't hear that. Yeah. So, best unimportant scene. Something that's obviously unimportant but cool to me. I actually have the same shirt Tony Stark has, the Bruce Lee shirt.
The DJ.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, cool. I'm
When was the
basically,
last time you all talked?
You should have
I'm basically Tony Stark now. Is what I get out of
Dude,
this.
that'd
so.
be perfect.
Ooh.
Dude, I was going to, and I read this, and I was like, fuck, got the Jason shirt on. I'm not about to be like, hang on, guys. And just go, yeah.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang
Hang on. I come in 30 minutes, like, I can't find it. You hear me and IE Day, like, you did the last load of laundry in the background. I'm in the middle of an important podcast. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't even know where it is right now. But yeah, I would have if I'd remembered that. But I saw this on Sunday, and I forgot in that time. Yeah, dumbest or cringiest
Cringe,
scene,
Rodney?
dude.
There was not really a moment in this movie where I found myself like, that didn't work. Well,
Yeah.
maybe at first with how they over sexualize Scarlett Johansson and like in Black Widow in this
terrible.
one. No, it's just like
I was gonna say the same thing.
I hate that they did this.
It's okay.
I was gonna
like,
say that, just swear to God, but I was hitting the hookah. I was about to be like, I love
We're like
that.
all
But
us
but
three
no,
are in
just
sync
like
and Rodney's
it's not
just
her
over there
character
trying.
though.
Who's this guy?
Like
Go
the
ahead,
way
Rodney,
she was
sorry.
talking just wasn't like Black Widow's character, and it kind of threw me off. But it's nothing really that I'd.
Yeah,
whatever.
this isn't dumb, but it also involves Black Widow, and it's the over-sexualization of her. No, I'm just playing. I was cool with that, but there was something about the visual of like blind Widow, Black Widow.
We try to talk. We really do.
we do the
Just terrible at it.
I don't know why we chose to speak on a platform because we can't. But yeah, the visual of like that flying trailer that she's in like looks so stupid to me. I don't know. It just looks dumb for some reason. It's the fly like the back
When
of a
it takes
trailer.
off.
Yeah, it's just taking off. She's in the back of it, and fucking Hawkeye's about to blow it up. It just looks like it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of like, oh, I know that like it works. It makes it, but it's just like the visual of it for some reason didn't work for me. It was like a quick nitpick, but I was like, that's kind of dumb looking. But yeah, I just added that in. Any goofies?
Oh man,
Dang, not prepared.
I thought I heard your arm pop. Is that your arm that popped?
Hey, good save, Tyler. Did your arm just pop? Anyways, guys,
It sounded
Goose.
like something, but I bought.
He's like, still got it up. It was like a pop or something happened. Oh, I'm ready.
Here we go. As Slovakia is rising to over 18,000. I said Slovakia.
Yeah, that's an actual country.
I know. Thank God it wasn't Slovakia.
He's still
As
bad
the
I don't have it.
whatever gets risen up over 18,000 feet, the temperature would have been dropping about 5.4 degrees per 1,000 feet. The temperature would have dropped below zero, yet no one's breath is seen.
Dang.
Yeah,
And
I was
no
a little
one is
pissed about
acting
that.
cold.
Well, that just dropped a couple points for me.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna run that.
Oh,
joke
when
in the
Captain
ground for
America
sure.
is hanging from the bridge by one arm and holding
it's the
on to
first
the
time
woman
I've
he
used
is
Captain America.
rescuing on the other, at one point he lets go of the bridge to grab her with both arms but remains hanging.
What?
Can he fly now?
No one knows.
I'm so focused on trying to pick which one. When Sokovia
There we go.
rises is over
Check
land
the
in the
Sokovia.
mountains. During the fight scene, it's suddenly over a large body of water. When it crashes back to, it's over land again. So it went from land, water to land.
I
Earth
thought that was a little
rotates.
bizarre, for sure.
It's the rotation.
Duh.
Shit, dude.
That's my three. Yeah, this is three goose.
Deleted scenes. I made this mistake last time. I just didn't write them down. I couldn't remember what they are, but I actually remember what one is due to Rodney talking. There was a deleted scene where you were talking about when Hulk was about the Hulk smash and she was in the robe. There was basically every deleted scene that I remember was like an extension of other scenes, just about. Like, even the one that was different was Quicksilver and one of the fucking Olsen twins, Wanda. Them two, it kind of provided more character depth for them and showing that they're more, like, friendly than they let on in the beginning. There's a bunch of shit that just should have been left on the cutting room floor. Extended scenes or extended moments of characters trying to show their real, what they embody. And, like, that one in particular, like, you didn't even necessarily need it because there's kind of something to you not knowing if these people would be good in the beginning, so why even fuck that up? Yeah, I nothing worth really speaking on. Just extended scenes, really. Did the ending deliver? Yes, and it's kind of crazy how realistic this movie could be, low key.
Mm-hmm.
Machines and shit taking over and just ending fucking the world.
Superhero.
And look how quick he was almost able to do it.
Oh yeah.
It was like within a week.
I was waiting to
Days,
see
maybe?
as I was reading my sentence, I was like, realistic? What is realistic about this movie? But then, okay, it makes sense now. But yeah.
Yeah,
for
I think
sure.
the ending delivered tenfold, especially with
Ninefold,
Vision
maybe.
being able to Vision talking to Ultron as the
Yeah.
last robot at the end, and he was like, basically just talking and giving him like almost a chance, it seemed like, to change, and he wasn't going to, so he had to do what he had to do. But yeah, I think the ending was, it definitely delivered.
Toots.
I would say it delivered.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Like a baby.
This one like tears me for some reason because
It does.
I like every.
I can see
it's
it
got
in you.
everything going for it, and it feels like it should be an easy yes. It delivers, but for some reason, there's some part of me wants to say no. It doesn't.
Something
Like,
missing.
There's something with the ending that doesn't sit right with me, and I can't put my finger on it. It's the weirdest thing. I've never really watched a movie and not been able to explain why. It's not that I don't like it. It's just something seems off about the ending to me, and I'm not even sure what it is from my perspective.
Come on, give us the answer.
It's like a 50. I'll just go 50-50 with this.
Nice. All right.
Trivia?
Yeah, trivia. Yeah, unprepared. Fuck.
No, I'm fucking prepared with it.
You
Okay.
had already started.
I'm always prepared.
So, we
I'm
all
prepared.
know that in the movie, Tony Stark creates Ultron, but that's not who creates him in the comics. Who creates Ultron in the comics?
Quicksilver. Fuck. I don't know. It's definitely not
I
fun.
thought Rodney was about to say it earlier when he was speaking of the comics, but
Bruce Banner.
Oh my God.
I'll give you a hint. We have not seen him to this point. Like he's not in a movie we've watched up until Age of Ultron. Doctor.
Strange.
Doc Ock.
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Hank Pym
Pym?
creates Ultron in the comics.
Oh, he's in
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Antiman.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Pym
Found that interesting.
Pym Daddy.
That's a good one.
They wanted to keep Pym, give him his own separate story on Ant-Man, so that's why they switched it to
Smart choice.
Tony Stark. So the trailer for this was viewed 34 million times in the first 24 hours after it was released. This broke the record that what movie previously held?
The one before it.
The trailer? I think it was Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Dude, I don't even know. Star Wars
You get
sounds.
Yeah, it is
Jeff
actually.
Brand?
It's Star Wars The Force
I
Awakens.
said
it
the
is.
one before this.
We,
Avengers, the first Avengers.
Iron Man 3.
What? No way.
Dang.
Gosh darn it.
I didn't give a number for Iron Man, but
I would have got it if you'd have said like the number. I would have been like, that's
so I've
clearly
got
Iron Man 3's numbers.
all the characters' screen times. Which of the Avengers do you think had the most screen time in this movie, and how much?
Iron Man.
You're saying Iron Man with how much time?
Dude, this shit always
long was the
fucks me up.
movie?
So you'll think the people are in the movie so much
Yeah.
longer than what
you
they
really
are.
do. It kind of shocks me, some of these.
I say
How long was the movie, Tyler?
2 hours, 21 minutes.
2 hours, 21 minutes.
47 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, we're thinking of
Who do you
the
think
person?
was? Yeah. Which of the
Or-
Avengers do you think was on the screen the most, and how much time?
I'll say Wanda.
Wanda, how
That's a
long do
bold
you think
choice.
she was? Yeah.
And
Did you watch the movie? Rodney,
Oh man.
She
I'll
did
say
some
I'll say
alone
like
time,
24 minutes.
you think that was the most screen time an Avenger?
Yeah,
had?
because it's
Oh, it's a trick question. She wasn't technically an Avenger the whole time. Oh, God.
this
dude.
is a tough one.
It
Like
is.
you really gotta.
Man, that is tough. I
'Cause-
would
I
almost.
feel like it's Cap or Iron
yeah,
Man.
I would have to go with Cap on it.
But Iron
How
Man
much
was
time?
like creating shit. I'm going Iron
No.
Man.
Actually, I'm gonna say Black Widow, and I'm gonna say an hour and 5 minutes.
I can see
Wow.
that too.
Okay. Brandon's guess of Iron Man. Iron Man clocks in at second place with 45 minutes, 34
Damn, you
seconds.
was close.
He
Holy
said
shit.
44 minutes.
You said 47.
47.
47?
It can be 44, though. It
Yeah.
gets me closer.
Tyler's guess of Wanda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comes in sixth place with how much time do you say?
Said 24.
20 minutes 59 seconds.
See, and y'all were giving me shit.
I mean, it
But
was
she's
way
in
off.
seventh
But
place.
yeah, but I was close to her time.
Black Widow comes in
Still
third place
impressive.
with 33 minutes and
I
7
was way
seconds.
So
off
it's
on the
Cap.
time.
And Cap comes in first with 50
That was
minutes,
one or the
25
other.
seconds. So he had 5 more minutes than Iron Man.
I knew it was one or
That's
the
a
lot.
other, dude.
That's
I
a
was so
lot.
torn,
Really.
but I was thinking of Iron Man, what he was doing in this movie,
So-
like designing a bunch of shit, creating shit, Ultron, fucking with Hulk fucking creating Vision
So
and all that shit. I
fourth
thought
place
he'd edge him out.
was Quicksilver with 26 minutes,
wow.
43 seconds.
That's actually
Next
surprising.
was Bruce Banner of the Hulk with 23 minutes, 55 seconds. Then Wanda, then Hawkeye with almost 20 minutes. Then Thor with only 14
Yeah,
minutes.
he wasn't in this a lot at all.
And then the Vision with 8 minutes, 41 seconds. Vision was only on screen for 8 minutes in this movie.
Dude,
seems like
How was
I
Thor in
almost
this
said
movie
him
for
too.
14 of the 2 hours and 21 minutes? That's insane.
The way they split his parts, they just had him here and there.
I can't even think of like any solo journey type stuff other than like when he went with Skarsgård to the cave. That's about the only time I can remember where he kind of had his own little solo adventure and shit.
That was really about it.
Like
Um,
then when he's fighting Ultron for a second, he's by himself. But other than that, I can't think of a time he was by himself, separated from like the main crew.
So at some point during the discussion of the script, they wanted to bring in a second villain from a previous movie we have reviewed and have the actor reprise this role. Can you all guess who the villain they wanted to bring back was?
The fuck Mickey Rourke.
Whiplash?
Yeah, just because he's got machines and shit.
I would say
It doesn't make sense, but I'm like, with the machines, he would be the perfect person almost.
the Mandarin.
Okay.
Loki.
But he was not a bad
The
guy.
Abomination.
Oh, that makes
And
sense.
they wanted to have Tim Roth reprise the role.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I didn't think I was right.
I think that would have taken away from the Iron Man Hulk fight, though. I think that
yeah.
still would have been the better choice as Iron Man versus Hulk.
Yeah.
And that is it for trivia. Rodney, what you got for tomatoes over there?
Well, tomatoes for this are
Mad Tomatoes.
not the best. I mean,
Not bad.
for a Marvel movie.
Avengers
considered.
and Marvel
an
standards.
Avengers movie. It's a 76 critical and 83 audience, which for an Avengers movie I feel like is pretty low. And IMDb is a 7.3. So,
Yeah, this is the lowest by
This is
far
the-
of the Avengers.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the
They're all
black
like
sheep.
nines, aren't
yeah,
they?
This is always everybody's least favorite of the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
Well,
You ready for
next?
scores? This movie's solid. This has been by far my favorite watch. This has always been like a bottom tier Marvel movie for me,
Really?
and it climbed tremendously this watch. I'm giving it a 7.9.
It was at a 4.
Yeah, it had to have been.
It was at like a before this watch. It was at like a 6.
I remember you telling me that.
It climbed almost 2 points, which is solid.
Tyler, what do you got, homie?
What you got? What's your score?
I give it an 8.4. I gave it the first Avengers an 8.5. This one, I just feel like
No,
Loki
you
was
didn't.
such
I'm
a
just playing.
You think it competes with the first Avengers?
yeah, but I mean, I love the new characters with Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver,
Vision.
and James Spader. Just the way
As
he
Ultron.
His
voiced
voice
was amazing. But I just think the first one, even though the stakes were higher in this one, the first one is more enjoyable. Maybe it's
I agree,
nostalgia, but just a little bit.
That's usually
It's
what
a little
people
bit
think.
better.
All right, Brando. What do you got? Oh, you want me to go? Me, you, me. All right,
I
so
can go now. I didn't know you would take that long. For me, this movie, I was the same as Josh. This one, I always liked this movie quite a bit, but it was easily my least favorite of the Avengers, and I'm not sure if I'm still on that wavelength. Like, this movie, I think, is pretty damn great. Like, even, like, it's gotten way better, like, the more and more I've watched it, and the more I've kind of, like, clinged to that notion I think a lot of people have, where this is, like, great value brand Thanos, but, like, if you separate it from that and you watch it as, like, its own thing before Thanos, like, it's not really fair to it that it gets that grade, because this did come first. Watch as its own thing. This movie is actually, I think, really underrated. It's a lot of fun. It's getting 9.9 out of 10. I'm just playing. I'm gonna blow everybody's smile. Like, what? Everybody just drops. It's getting an 8.3 out of 10 to me. It used to be, I feel like I was higher on it than a lot of shit I hear from people. I usually have people that's like, I don't even like that one. I had it like really good at like a 7.2, but this went up like a whole point to me this watch. Like, A lot of fun, a lot of good shit in here. 8.3 out of 10.
Yeah. This was probably my favorite watch of this movie. I think we're all kind of on the same wavelength with the whole. It's gotten better as you watch it.
Like we got critical about it. We were like, hold on.
This viewing, I really honestly couldn't believe how much fun and like how much I was loving this movie. It definitely climbed the charts for me. It's you can watch this as a solo movie, like a one and done, and I love how they did that. And the director had a much better idea of what he wanted to do now that the first one's already been in the rear view. So I think he definitely used that at his advantage. Yeah, this is a 9.3 for me.
Damn,
yeah,
son.
I was blown away by how much I love this movie this time. And
Joss
it's always been
did
like
a great
an 8.5.
job with these two.
He did. He really did.
As much hate as he gets, like he did his thing with these two Avengers movies. I think this one's underrated.
Yeah, this is the highest score I'd ever. It's always been underrated to me, but this I never thought it would ever break a 9.
No, I still like the first one more, but
So you like it more than the first
Yeah.
one? Dang.
Yeah, I do actually. I think there was the characters were much more fleshed out in this one. Like
yeah, a lot of flesh.
in the first one, you got to see a little bit of each character, but this one, it's like he went above and beyond that and added more characters. One being a speedster and the Scarlet
and
Witch.
they went there with Quicksilver, so yeah.
Yeah.
Quality stuff.
Additional points or moving on to Ant-Man?
Move on. Give me time to
Ant-Man.
like this hookah, kinda.
All right, so Ant-Man. I got the plot.
My balls.
Forced out of his own company by former protege Darren Cross, Dr. Hank Pym recruits the talent of Scott Lang, a master thief just released from prison. Lang becomes Ant-Man, trained by Pym and armed with a suit that allows him to shrink in size, possesses superhuman strength, and control an army of ants. The miniature hero must use his new skills to prevent Cross, also known as Yellow Jacket, from perfecting the same technology and using it as a weapon for evil.
Damn, that's a good plot.
I'd still watch shit out of it.
Yeah, that sounds.
Watch
great.
the shit
Fuck, yeah.
Ant-Man came out in 2015, same year as Age of Ultron, actually.
Same year?
Yeah. Like a couple months apart, me and Brandon talked about it. Clocked in at 1 hour 57 minutes. Budget. Anyone want to guess?
175.
138.
130.
$8.
Damn.
Good job. Dang, this is. What do you think it grossed? Ant-Man grossed worldwide.
I'd say 700 million.
6,900. 690. Wait.
I'd say Brandon would say 340 million.
That's not what I was. Don't miss.
519
You're
million.
closer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
519 million. So
Me and Rodney are like this.
that's the lowest one by
Yeah, I
a
figured.
good amount.
I figured
actually. Brandon, you're up.
that. No.
No, I'm just.
Roddy, what you got for them noms?
It's supposed to be him.
It's not. What you? No, it's you.
Ant-Man
You
did
always have
not.
the time.
Ant-Man did not get any big time award nominations from any kind of Academy Awards. I believe maybe a Saturn Award. They got nominated for a BAFTA, which is pretty good. Achievement in Special Effects, which I can understand that. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So, who was your all's favorite character? I feel like we're going to be. agreeing here.
Did he say the
Oh yeah, the cast.
some of the cast?
Oh yeah, the cast for this Ant-Man, new cast for y'all.
Yep.
Director is Peyton Reed. You got Paul Rudd playing Ant-Man, Scott Lang. Michael Douglas playing Hank Pym. Evangeline Lilly playing Hope Van Dyne. Corey Stoll playing Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket. Bobby Carnevale playing Paxton, and Judy Greer playing Maggie Lang.
She's always a mom.
Yeah, Judy Greer.
Yeah, in every movie she's
Yeah.
like a mom. Like
Even in the
average.
TV shows and shit.
Yeah.
The other people like T.I.'s in this, Michael Pena. Fuck. I mean, yeah. So Haley Atwell is Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
All right, so now, who is your all's favorite character?
I was gonna say, I heard you skip that. I was like, oh shit.
Rodney?
Luis. It's Luis.
Okay, I knew someone was gonna say it. I'll say Paul Rudd then.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Rudd is Ant-Man
Yeah.
to me.
Dude,
I think
I want Luis to just
have
narrate
his
a
own
whole movie.
I
Yeah,
want him to have
just-
his own movie.
I want him to narrate the whole Infinity Saga.
Like they just have him. I want him to be in more movies. Like
Yeah.
they just have
So I-
him like help him.
So I read that the character he plays in this movie is based off of his friend in real life.
Oh,
who,
really?
Like, talks like that.
Oh, shit. That's funny. Hell yeah.
so
was
good, dude.
Brandon, as you walk back in on perfect timing, we
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
do that on purpose or anything. Who was your favorite character?
Ant-Man.
So we're just in sync over here.
Yeah, we really.
And then Rodney's on the outside looking in.
I thought about choosing Luis, but I figured Rodney would
Luis
take
is an
it.
easy
So I
option,
said,
though.
fuck.
You can see where I'd
Dude,
say.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it, but you said him first.
I
so
thought about it.
he's got to be brought up. He has to be.
Very good shit. Favorite scene?
For me,
Yeah, go Rodney for you.
100% when he finds that suit and, hits the button for the first time.
Okay.
The fucking visual effects
In the
and the
bathtub?
yes, dude,
It
the
was
visual
dope.
effects and the cinematography for that was blowing me the fuck away.
Yeah.
I was like, how is he doing this right now? And
I
it
love
looks
they
so
did a movie
real.
like this with like
Yes,
the shrink
dude.
and the world just is so much bigger.
And dude, what they did with the quantum realm, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
So yeah, that was one of mine. Another one I had back up because I figured someone was going to say that. The whole training montage of training Scott Lang to become Ant-Man, I really enjoyed
He's on some
that.
parkour shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit.
That was pretty dope to me.
Jumping over walls and climbing
Yeah.
at the side of houses.
Yeah, I also went back and forth with Rodney's scene, and this is actually more of a fight, but it's more of like what's around the fight. The fighting amongst like the toys at the end, just like I thought it was just really cool the way they used the toys and like even having the character. What the fuck's the bad guy's name?
David Cross or Darren
Yeah.
Cross.
Yellow
Yeah.
Jacket.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, there you go. It's easier. Yellow Jackets. I can always remember that. Yeah, the way it was almost like fearful, like he was gonna die from the train wreck because your just natural instinct is that, and then it just bounces off of him. The way they utilize the toys, not necessarily the fight itself, I thought that was cool. So I feel like I could bend it a little bit enough to make it part of the scene category.
I got two.
Okay.
I'll go real quick. The tank keychain.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was brilliant, and they just drive the tank out of the. It wouldn't have
Mhm.
landed like that, but it would. That's.
Didn't make sense to me, but yeah.
Cringe.
Oh, I thought that was dope. That
No, it's cool. It's
like
just
it's cool to think that you can shrink a vehicle and then put it on your keychain.
right,
if you
but the
need
problem
it.
is they're saying Ant-Man shrinks down and he's still a 200-pound man when he hits people and shit like that. So that tank would
It did. Oh, as
as
a
it's
keychain,
shrunk,
That
yeah.
tank
weighed
did
that
hit
much?
people
it would
too.
weigh you down. Yeah,
That
it'd weigh the
just-
same amount as the tank.
Wait for my goofs before you start saying.
That was
Okay.
in my cringe
My
section.
other one
Jeez.
is when Luis and the gang pull up to the house at the final fight scene. They're
yeah.
like, Scott need us. We ain't gonna stop for nothing. And they see the cops, and they're
cops.
like, "Yep, back it up,
Back it up.
back it
Yeah,
up,
keep going. Yep.
just keep backing up.
Yep,
Yep,
keep backing up.
keep backing
As if
it up."
yeah, cops don't like that. They would be like, send one of them motherfuckers over there. And
Wow,
get
I
these
love that
people.
too.
They're up to something. It reminded me of like the dumbass decision. I'm sure like so many people have made. Just like, is this a fucking roadblock? I'm gonna turn around, and then the cops like, look, got us
Got
one, got us one. We know why you're doing that. Well, we thought it was a wreck. Like, no. Favorite action scene.
The fight, basically.
The fight?
There's really only like two action
Yeah.
There's
set
really not a
pieces in
lot.
this, but the Yellow Jacket versus Ant-Man.
Towards
And,
the end?
Yeah.
and it's incorporated, with the toys. Like
Yes.
the creative decision to go back and forth between small and then what you would see as like a real, size human. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's-
dude, they
little
killed
girl from the
that.
I liked how they did that
Okay.
a lot.
See, I thought a lot of people would choose that, and because of that reason, I went with a different one
The
that's
only
close.
other one?
Yeah, and also I got to say my little piece on that by incorporating that with my favorite scene. But like when Falcon discovers Ant-Man.
Oh yes, I always forget about that.
I think that scene was pretty good, and I felt like I had to give a little love to Falcon since I kind of shit on him last week. Didn't really shit on him, but like,
did you?
no, I was just like, I'm not the biggest Falcon fan. I don't. He's just kind of like in the middle for me. But
He's
I thought
gotten
this scene
real
was
cocky.
cool.
Oh yeah,
He's getting way cocky.
he needs to be humbled. He needs a reality
He got
check.
humbled
does,
by
dude.
Ant-Man.
He
bro.
did. He did get humbled by
and,
it.
yeah, and of all people, even Ant-Man's surprised. He's like, I beat a fucking Avenger. That shouldn't happen. Yeah, sit down, Papa Doc. Jesus. Yeah, what?
His real name is Clarence.
Clarence parents have a real good marriage.
No,
Did
no,
everybody do
booze
their
or bust.
favorite action scene?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Ant-Man versus.
I think
I
somebody
do have a best
disagreed.
line though.
Okay.
Instead of boobs, when Paul Rudd gets out
Is
of
this
prison,
a new thing we're adding in?
I guess
We
so.
need to add in
If there's
best
no
line?
boobs, I'll do a best line. These are good. As soon as
with
Paul
that.
Rudd gets out of prison, Luis picks him up, and Paul Rudd or Ant-Man asks, "How's your girl, man?"
Oh,
And Luis says, "Oh, she left me. Yeah, my mama died too, and my dad got
My
deported.
dad got deported.
But I got the van.
He's like,
I got the
yeah,
van.
he's like, it's a nice van. Yeah.
See, that was a good time.
Good
Instead of
times.
boobs
Good
or butts, I did that.
All right, so location. This movie was filmed in San Francisco, Atlanta, and Los
Japan.
Angeles.
Oh.
But it takes place in San Francisco, California.
Cool. Best unimportant scene. Really couldn't find one, honestly. Like I don't know.
Every scene's important.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me. It's never like this is unimportant, but it's an unimportant scene. For y'all that don't understand that, it like applies to me in some weird way. And then sometimes, some scenes just aren't important. You can bring that up, but usually I tie it into something that fits with me more specifically that wouldn't be important to someone else. Didn't really have that in this one. Everything is pretty straightforward for me. Doesn't mean it's bad, but I didn't have anything on this one. Wasn't gonna stretch it. What about dumbest or cringiest? The tank.
The tank was a little bit dumb.
I loved it.
Not really, dude. Like, there's not. It's just, I don't know. No, not. I mean, other than simple, physics like that. But I mean, you can kind of look past shit like that
Yeah.
in a Marvel movie. So,
No doubt. Any goofies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the movie, the van is brown and unmodified. The crew modified the van extensively, including painting it dark gray for the heist. At the end of the movie, the van is once again unmodified and brown. This is the same van
I knew
used
I saw
in
that.
subsequent Marvel Avengers movies, including Endgame. So we might see this again. Ant-Man is repeatedly told that his mask does not change upon miniaturization. This means, however, that no ant or group thereof, crawling or flying, could support him. But the story also includes the ability to manipulate weight independently of mass and size.
right. So a 200-pound guy trying to ride an ant, he'd break it in half.
Well, they couldn't throw trains either.
They could throw a toy train.
Yeah. It's a toy, Tyler.
Dr. Pym
We
slams the
apologize for
employee's
him.
face into the table, making his nose bleed from both nostrils. He holds a hanky to it. In the next few cuts, there's no blood at all from the major face trauma. apparently.
It was major for sure.
In, the,
super
in a
strong.
final cut, there's a tiny amount of blood again.
Even though dude
So-
was like, Yellow Jacket was like, I'm not going to lie. It was kind of impressive. I wasn't expecting a swing like that from you, or whatever he says when he gets popped in the face. Yeah.
That's all it goes.
Apparently,
Damn.
Hank has got a fucking right hand, dude, is what I'm getting out of this.
I thought he only had a left hand.
I love how good they
True.
are at aging.
That should have been in the
people.
The
goose.
de-aging.
The de-aging stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
they're
crazy.
so good at it.
Have you seen the de-aging in Ant-Man?
Yeah.
The one-
It's
yeah.
so good.
It's
It's pretty
fire.
good. If you've seen the de-aging in Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, the one in Ant-Man's really good.
For
Okay.
sure. Yeah. Deleted scenes. I actually like this a lot. I think it maybe should have stayed. It basically shows how like Scott goes into like how he cases a place before he basically breaks in. It basically shows him doing the whole like I need to plug up your cable route. And he goes into Michael Douglas's place, and Michael Douglas is kind of letting on that he's not as weak. He kind of knows what's happening, or not as strong as he is. He's like got a cane, and then you got Ant-Man just fucking playing it off perfect, thinking he's got it all figured out. Just like, yeah, I think what's going on with your cable here is this, this, and this. And he's like looking into certain rooms, and he kind of looks, he finds the key, and he sees downstairs how that key on the dresser would match how he could break in and get the Ant-Man suit, or what he would find is the Ant-Man suit and all that. I thought it was kind of cool just seeing, like, it wasn't too long. It kind of showed, like, the way he goes about figuring out how he can get into a place, or at least one of those ways. So I would have kept that, honestly. I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
The ending, though, did it deliver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It delivered for me. We kind of already talked about that final fight. I love the shrinking. Like, even when they're in, like, that suitcase that's falling out of the plane. I thought that was dope, and all the stuff inside the suitcase was flying back and forth. And then, of course, you already talked about the train. I thought that was really good as well.
It was solid. I wasn't, like, blown away by it, but I'm not 50-50 on it either. I think it doesn't help that I'm watching, like, the spectacle of, like, Age of Ultron, and you watch this. And, yeah, it's a little less than, but, like, it's solid for what it is. Good introduction and a good finish.
I think the ending delivered on a very strong note.
Yeah.
I think it opened up
Strong.
so many doors with this MCU
They did, while they were
universe.
fighting, so many doors were open.
Even while being miniaturized. But yeah, I think the ending delivered for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And I agree. Trivia. So Michael Douglas celebrated his birthday on set. How old did he turn?
72.
70. Well, I think it's 72 or 73.
I just threw it out.
He's like, I'm clinging on.
I don't know if you want to do that one.
Oh yeah.
Should I do it?
He's in his 70s.
Dude, I just guessed something, right?
And
I'm going to
pick
go
If it's
68.
If it's 72, I'll be mad.
70.
Okay.
I was going to
So
say,
it's closer.
I know he's in his 70s. This was 7 years ago.
Dang. That was,
So-
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I
Nice,
knew
nice.
I went late 60s, but I was wrong.
All right, so the laser sounds fired from Yellow Jacket's suit are the same sound as the main gun from what other movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like Marvel movie?
Any movie.
Yeah, that
Star
changes
Wars?
things.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was going to
Disney
say
just
Star Wars.
owns Marvel and Star
Yeah.
Wars, so
It's a good guess.
They're killing
I had a feeling there was something to that, or he would have just been like, "We can
Yeah,
limit
get
it
a
down to
job
Marvel."
there.
so I've got
Was it Star Wars?
3 actors who are considered to play Hank Pym.
Ooh, The Rock.
You're not guessing yet.
That was my guess.
Sean Connery
um,
came out of acting retirement for this.
There is a Sean on this list.
Ooh, Sean Bean.
Penn.
Sean Bean.
Oh, I went Sean Penn.
But that wouldn't make no
Bean.
sense because he dies in everything he's in.
yeah, he does.
So-
There's one. We got 2 others.
Jackie Chan.
Yes. Yeah, dude.
Jackie
I'll
Chan, The
I'll give
Rock.
you the first letter of their first and last name.
Okay.
You got a P, B, and a
J.
G, O.
Patrick Bateman.
Nope.
And
So this guy's first name is something you could do to your nipple.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce
I was
Brosnan.
gonna say that.
And-
Fuck the smoke.
Pierce Brosnan and G.O.
Yep.
G.O. Who the fuck
I can't
in
think of the
Hollywood starts
last
with a
name
G?
with a O.
He's kind of an old man.
My head keeps going to Goldie Hawn, and I don't know why.
There's no O at the end of that. That's a woman, and there's no. Yeah,
I don't even have a guess.
Oldman.
Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I got
Nice.
to steal that
He's
one
kind
from
of
you.
an
Though.
old
I had
man.
the hookah smoke in my motherfucking
Dang.
lungs.
Those were good. That was.
That's it for
Yeah,
trivia.
that's good, little game.
Any tomato scores for us?
The
Rodney?
Rotten Tomatoes for Ant-Man is 83% critically scored with an 85% audience. And IMDb says 7.3.
Dang. Dagnabbit.
Okay. Where's your all scores?
I'm right on par with Rotten Tomatoes. I give it an 8.3.
I was actually coughing.
So yeah, this movie was a pleasant surprise for me. When I heard they cast Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, I was highly skeptical of that, and I think he fucking murders it.
Oh, perfect.
He knocks it out of the park. It was a perfect casting there. I'm giving this an 8.3 as well.
Damn.
There we go. On the same page, dude. It's crazy.
You
Where
go
you
first.
at?
This
Me first?
time. Yeah,
Oh,
since
yeah,
I had to
acting
do
like-
last time.
Ant-Man has always been one of my favorites
Exactly.
in the MCU.
You're so dumb, dude. I hate you. Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
booing our scores.
All right,
making
I'll
us
go
look bad.
because he's gonna be
And
laughing
then
for a
you-
while.
Gee,
Yeah, I can jump in.
idiot.
Dude, I love this movie. Everything about it, the way it ended, the way that his origin story was like clean. It was well done. You know, Edgar Wright wrote this, by the way, who did Last Night in Soho, but he did Baby Driver. And, but,
They don't like him.
Yeah, this movie is an 8.7 for me.
Beautiful. And I'm going to come in and drop that down quite a bit. I like this movie, make no mistake about it, but it's definitely not top tier Marvel to me. I think, honestly, that is a big part of it, is a spectacle to it. Like, for me, the action and everything takes a back seat, and it's a little more comedy-driven, and that works. I love comedy, don't get me wrong, but I get a little bit of comedy in the Marvel movies, and there's a few movies I caught, like Guardians. I like the comedy in there even more, and plus you get the action. This, solid comedy, solid action, but is it like Marvel spectacle-type action when I come to Marvel movies for? I think that does hurt it a bit for me. This movie gets a 6.6 out of 10.
Wow.
That's way lower than I thought you were going to. You got to go.
All right, I'll leave my house. Y'all enjoy it. Yeah.
On to Civil War.
Y'all are idiots. on this point.
Civil War.
I haven't even wrote anything down for a certain movie. Let's see how well I got it memorized.
I guess I should pull this
Intro.
plot up.
This is Civil War. All right.
Plot. After another incident involving the Avengers results in collateral damage, political pressure mounts to install a system of accountability headed by a governing body to oversee and direct the team. The new status quo fractures the Avengers, resulting in two camps, one led by Steve Rogers and his desire for the Avengers to remain free to defend humanity without government interference, and the other following Tony Stark, surprising decision to support government oversight and accountability.
This sounds like a super epic movie.
It is.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it sounds.
Fracturing
Just
the Avengers
listening
into
to
like
that,
two teams.
and having them. That's
Fuck yeah.
I was not
Dope.
the biggest fan about this whenever I heard about it
Really?
because it's supposed to be Captain America movie, and
It's an Avengers movie.
it's really not a
It's
Captain
Avengers
America
2.5.
movie. I was worried when I heard about it. I was like, they're really going to do a Civil War, and they're going to do it this early on, but you
it
know.
works.
So the
Okay.
synopsis didn't do it for me back then.
This movie came out in 2016. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Age of Ultron 2015.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man 2015. Civil War 2016. That's
They were doing, I think, 2 a year then, and now they're wanting to do 5+ a year.
please.
I'm off
Oh
for it.
yes. Don't
Every couple months.
ever stop. Okay. Wow. Unprofessional.
That's unbelievable.
Press the side button, please.
Louisville City Morgue, how may I help you?
2 hours and 27 minutes. Anyone want to guess the budget?
Oh, this had a high budget.
This was definitely a 250.
270.
Brandon?
260. Fuck it.
Rodney nailed it. 250. Worldwide gross. Captain America: Civil War.
This was $1 billion. 1, 2.
1, 2,
1-1.
1, 1.
1, 3. Ronnie's like,
I'm
let
gonna
me
say-
calculate.
Yeah, I'm going to say 1-4 because it didn't do 1-5.
You did 1, 1.
1-1.
Yeah. Brandon got that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No, I did all mine. It's,
Rodney, any noms or new characters?
We do have new characters, but we'll get to that in just a second because they got nominated for a few things,
Okay.
special effects and
Of course, his computer's not
Dude,
loading.
it's not wanting to do anything. Not even my...
Good thing we have that backup phone.
Yeah, for
this
what?
is also a phone, by the way. Just holds it to his ear. But yeah.
All right, so the new cast, we'll go on and hit that up.
Yeah. Okay. Everything's, it's like, there's one picture of fucking Anthony Mackie smiling. It looks like fucking Connect 4, dude. Like the little holes where the faces would be. Yeah. Off the top of our heads, is there any new characters in this one that we can think of?
T'Challa.
Yeah,
Chadwick
of course.
Boseman,
You got Homecoming.
Black Panther.
Fucking,
Panther.
yeah, we
Tom
can't forget
Holland.
those new ads.
Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Emily Van Camp is Sharon Carter. Well, she was in the last one in Winter Soldier, but
Very briefly.
yeah, briefly.
It's kinda weird
Martin
what they deal
Freeman
with.
as Detective Everett, and of course May Parker, the immortal Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei. She, my cousin Vinny, though. She's the dopest of the dope in that movie.
Okay, so they actually got a SAG nomination, a Screen Actors Guild Award, by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture.
Beautiful. That it?
Oh yeah, directed by Anthony Russo and Joe Russo, who also did Winter Soldier. They came in here into the MCU and fucking took it over by storm.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
They had a good formula on it.
They really did.
They liked what they saw. Favorite character is Tony Stark in this movie for me. This might be my favorite. Tony Stark. I love him in this movie. I love, again, like why him and Iron Man 3 worked so well for me, where we kind of saw him on a different wavelength, where he really struggled with, he's usually cocky, and now he's like reserved almost in moments where he's got to deal with something like anxiety, crippling anxiety, panic attacks. I liked how he's cocky in the other ones, but this one, like, he's almost out for blood by the end of it, if you can say that. So I like Tony Stark in this one. Off the fucking
I'll
chain.
go. I'll say I agree with Brandon. Okay. Dude, just the emotion he brings in certain scenes in this movie is why, like, it's just another layer of Iron Man. Like, he's out for revenge.
He's got
towards
so
the end of
many
the movie.
fucking layers.
He's so
dude.
good, dude.
It's like my bed, dude. So many comforters.
So
and layers.
I'm Team Cap. My favorite is Captain America.
I'm just kidding.
Got him!
I've done it before like you.
Yeah, I love
Jeez.
Team Cap. What about you, Rodney?
I don't like any of the characters in this movie.
that. And he's lying. Stay with
Except
Stick with us.
no, Vision in this one. I love the whole let's give Vision a heart, pretty much. Like, he's trying to become like the humans, or like humanoids, or whatever he calls them, and then but he's also got the Mind Stone, so he's like trying to
Find a balance.
yes, find a balance and everything. I love what they did with Vision in this movie.
Nice.
One character I did wish we saw more of was Crossbones. I really like him as a villain, and I wish they would have maybe done something more with him. He was off pretty quickly.
He was dope in the beginning, but it almost kind of felt like a redux of fucking Winter Soldier to me. I wonder, like, it was cool. Wipe me out, dude. The doink makes that loud, like echoes.
What was your most favorite scene?
Meet me at the crossbones. Favorite scene for me, the end. I know it's a fight scene, but it's more of like goes into Tony Stark and the character and like what's around the fight scene, the emotions of the fight scene. Basically, not the fight scene itself, as cool as it was, but again, I feel like I can kind of slant this one just for like the meaning and everything around the fight scene, not the fight scene itself, as cool as the fight scene was. So I'm gonna jump on that action.
I love the introductions of the new characters of Spider-Man, introducing him, and Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman. Those were dope. Just introducing
I like Black
them,
Panther a lot more in this movie.
because
than
I don't
did
think
the
when
movie.
this movie came out, we knew who was going to be the next Spider-Man or who the next Black Panther was going to be.
Now we're stuck not
Because
knowing who the next
their
Black
first
Panther will be.
movies came out after this one did.
R.I.P.
So
My favorite scene was the chase scene between Bucky Black Panther and Captain America. I thought that was intense.
It was badass
the whole time. And then when Bucky takes that bike, knocks a guy off the motorcycle, and like flips it around and lands on it, that was sick. What you got, Rodney?
Favorite scene? That's tough. In this one, it would probably the war room scene, or not war room scene, but the Sokovia Accords scene.
Slovakia.
Where Ross comes in and, he's briefing him on, we owe you all a world of debt.
From Friends.
But here's the thing, you need to... Okay, no, I take it back.
Rewind.
The Tony Stark interaction with Miss Spencer at the elevator scene. When he's talking to the black lady at the elevator, and she's like, my son, this, talking about her son and him going to Sokovia for
to build houses or something.
Yeah, just because he wanted to do that for the summer, and the emotions on like that. I think that's where Stark's like character really turned for a
turned it up to 100.
Yeah, I would say that scene.
Your shit's still loaded.
Yeah, I know it.
One more scene, just like it was a real quick scene, but when Captain America holds the helicopter,
dude, yeah,
and he's fucking
he gets a
holding
nice
on.
shot of the.
That was his actual
bicep.
bicep. Like they didn't.
I thought you were gonna say that was him actually doing that. I thought that's what you were saying, Mike. Not buying that.
He ripped his bicep. That's what it was.
But yeah, I thought that quick little scene was pretty cool. All right, favorite action scene.
Superheroes collide. That's
like
what I put.
The airport.
Yeah.
That was
I mean that's
insane.
Yeah, it's just badass seeing these new characters on full display and mixing in and seeing Ant-Man get a different, type of vibe with his shit, and
that had one
even
of my,
Bucky, like with the crew, like it was cool to see.
The airport scene had one of my favorite lines, Tyler, where so Ant-Man grows big and Wanda's new powers, and Iron Man was like, does anybody on our team have a new power they want to like unveil? I don't remember
that's
exactly.
Super awesome and creative.
Like, do we have anybody
that's hiding in these secret power? Yeah, that was a great one. I'll go. The fight between Tony, Cap, and Bucky after Tony found out Bucky killed his.
It's so badass.
It's not like them going against each other. He's trying to kill him now because he knows that. So.
That would be my favorite line. He's like explaining it to Tony, and he's just like, "I don't care. He killed my mother."
Yeah, he killed my mom.
Yeah, that shit was like just like I was like, I feel that. Like I can see.
And then he asked Cap, he's like, "Did you know?"
That's a good
So
fight when
emotional.
you understand both sides, and especially Cap's just like, I did not go through all the hell I've went through to protect this guy, including on my own end, just for him to get killed now.
He's so. That's one of the things that aggravates me about this movie, though, is how naive like Cap is with Bucky in this. It's like, dude, Cap is in the wrong in this. Like, plain and simple, dude. If anybody else was out there killing people like that because they were mind warped, they'd still lock him up or do whatever he had to
If
do.
it was Iron Man's friend, I don't think.
I don't
Cap
agree
would be-
with that. I feel like Cap is so just like superhero mode that he's just like, if it's right, it's right, and I don't care what I have to do to get to the right. Now he is, he's got that part of him where he's fucking, what's the word? Why am I blanking on this? He's I'll just word it a certain way rather than using the word. He's basically obviously going to be more torn on Bucky since they're really good friends. He's biased. That's the word I was looking for. But at the end of the day, I believe that for his character that he is going, like, at the end of the day, he knows that he is a good man, and he's seen how far he's came, and they've went through all this, that he's not going to give up now on him at this point, and he knows that wasn't really Bucky, so it's not fair to Bucky. So, I mean, I think he's legitimately torn on this, and that's believable to me.
Yeah, but to not even let the government lock Bucky up.
But there is an element too, though, where I even going back to Winter Soldier, where I'm just like, dude, like maybe you should just like, hey,
Let
man,
him go,
there's just
dude.
nothing you can do here. But I get it. Again, just being true to character, just being that guy that's fighting for justice, and then the biased. I get why he would go that hard in that situation. Any of these situations leading up to Bucky finally having his turnaround.
My favorite action scene, fight scene, it's actually two, but they're the same characters. It's Black Panther fighting Bucky
Yeah.
on the rooftop, and then my favorite one being inside. What was it, the Nations building, the United Nations building, or whatever? When he was beating the shit out of Black Widow, I think, or it might have been Iron Man, and then Black Panther just comes in with that high kick, and then just starts like showing us like what Black Panther can do,
So
He was
and then
dope
chasing
in
him up
this
the
movie.
stairs and shit. Like, dude, that I just love that fight scene. Yes.
For
all I got to say
sure.
about
no, there are no.
There's their titties.
These are butts.
God.
I got a best line though.
Okay.
It's when Cap and Tony are fighting,
Yes.
and Cap says he's my friend, and Tony says so was I.
Yeah, dude, that hits hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hits real hard because he's like basically just understanding, like, yeah, you're willing to kill me over this guy,
yeah.
and it's like, so you're choosing him over me.
I don't even
pretty
think
much.
Usually you
To
kill,
kill
other
him,
people
he's
for
just
him.
No, but
trying to restrain
in
him,
his head,
but
though, Stark's head, he's like, he will do what he has to do to
he's
protect
seeing
Bucky.
red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question for y'all, real quick.
No.
Without Bucky, who do you think would have won that fight?
Dude, Iron Man.
Iron Man and them
For
probably.
sure. Especially once he like fucking
Well, who had
got it calibrated his shit to where he could match his moves and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Once
what
he
are you
did
gonna
that,
do?
Who
Cap
had
had
Wanda though and Vision?
Wanda and Vision.
They were on separate teams.
Well, no, Wanda would win.
He was basically
That's what
like
I'm saying.
Mad Dog
Wanda's
in
like
the
one of
raid,
the most powerful ones.
going
Yeah,
up against them.
he
Like
really
he
was.
was clearly, but at the end of the day, and even dude, that's my favorite part of that fight scene. I love it. There's a moment where they kind of do like they pull the camera back. And it shows them like almost like side view,
Yeah.
almost like Mortal Kombat is. It's not like all like this, just a side view, and they're each teeing off on him. He's in the middle, like blocking, boom, 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 smacks. But like that particular moment's my favorite moment of the movie. It's so well shot and feels a little more upper echelon compared to your other Marvel moments in terms of fighting. Very well done in there. I got to give that a shout out. Yeah. All right.
On to location.
That's
So
what we
again,
have for titties. It turned into that somehow.
This movie was all over the place.
Yeah.
Story wise, no.
Filmed in Germany, Puerto Rico, Iceland, and Atlanta, Georgia. And
that
then
shooting
it takes
schedule.
place in Nigeria, Cleveland, London, Vienna, Romania,
Sausage.
Berlin, and Queens, New York.
Damn.
So we had jumps.
Scheduling nightmare
over.
to film this movie.
That's probably why they're so angry at the end of the movie. It's like, can we just add in a scene where I'm pissed off and everybody's pissed off? It was secretly done on purpose to bring out the hatred in every character for each other. Like, just focus all that anger and the shooting schedule on your fellow Avengers.
Deleted, right?
No, best
Yeah,
unimportant
and
scene.
I couldn't find one for this one either that really just stood out to me for whatever reason that I thought wouldn't stand out to other people. This is another one I was kind of I actually failed with this week. I don't think I have one for Black Widow either. We'll see if one pops in my mind.
I mean, I could say unimportant scene of Tom Holland basically saying no to going to Germany and shit. Like, you have Tony Stark
can't
inviting
go.
you to be an Avenger, and he's sitting there saying, "No, I can't. I
got
can't. I got
homework."
school."
I got
Yeah.
See,
homework.
that works as unimportant, but I feel like y'all don't be understanding what my unimportant scene shit means.
What's your unimportant scene?
No, not my specific one. It's what is unimportant. Seems like an insignificant part of the movie, but is important to you.
Right.
Not like that's just not important. That's dumb to do type of thing. I
But
feel
people
like-
overlook
That's
that.
more. Of
Yeah,
a
no,
cringy
it's-
thing.
Spider-Man
No.
saying no, but then
It's like a corny.
Yeah,
cringy
that's fine too. I'm just saying in general going forward.
Just
Like,
next time,
remember
don't
that.
mess it up, Ronnie.
Yeah, next time, like, remember that, guys. Like, think of a scene just like, I don't think y'all would love this, but I had a time I watched this with my friends, and this scene stood out to me, or this reminds me of something me and my friends used to do. That's what the unimportant scene is at the end of the
Don't
day.
understand.
Exactly.
Any
We'll come
cringe
back
moments
to
other
it.
than this?
No.
No cringe.
I got one.
Goose. Oh,
I
cringe.
got
Tyler,
no.
go
I
ahead.
got a corny scene. Like, they're all mad at the Avengers for killing, innocent people, but they saved millions and billions. Like,
There's still
I
gotta be some kind of
understand.
leash
Right.
on
I
it.
understand,
That's the
but
life
they're
of a
also
superhero.
they're also saving.
You got to
they
take
save
the
the
faults
world.
with the blows.
They
Yeah, but
killed-
Ross hates superheroes, period.
I'm just saying.
Well, and also, I think
So does
Vision
Chandler.
says it in this movie that since the Avengers have happened, there's been bigger attacks, like bigger villains, and it's like it's creating a challenge, so villains are coming.
Mm-hmm.
So how good is it really?
Avengers, there wouldn't these attacks.
It's like should we defund the police? Type
Yeah,
of
I get it.
thing
It's
in a
just-
way.
absolutely not.
Yeah, but it's the same type of concept in a weird way. Just
got the
like
goose up.
we'd be better off if we were just free and we didn't have these shackles of cops.
Yeah, they're not
All that
good.
dumb shit.
I do, they're good. Well, Stark and Peter Parker are talking in his bedroom. Stark locks the door and turns the latch to be horizontal. And every shot after he locks the door, the latch returns to its vertical position. Unbelievable.
I never would
Aunt May
spot
could have
that.
just walked in.
In this storyline, it is established that the
Yeah.
crash which killed Tony's parents happened on December 16th, 1991. In the Winter Soldier movie, the date is given as December 17th, 1991.
Because it was midnight.
Yeah,
There
but
it
the
is.
Thanos snap changed everything years later.
Well,
I'm
that's-
just trying to come up
I
with
have
some
no idea.
ridiculous.
When T'Challa is checking the pulse on his father,
T'Challa's.
he uses his thumb, and vital signs can't not be checked that way because the thumb has its own pulse.
Interesting.
So that's why that guy was alive.
When
I
Bucky
thought he
jumps
was
into the
dead to
helicopter, he begins flying
I
away
was
in a
like,
matter of
he's
only a
gone.
few seconds. In
Sorry.
reality, it takes a minimum of 90 seconds to 2 minutes to bring a turbine engine up to operating speed and temperature before it can take off. Crazy. Like, people...
So dumb. Like, why would they not?
Like, no, like, the goose, like, people saw that and it's like, this needs to be... People need to hear
But how
that.
does
It
the
is a
movie fuck
goof.
up that bad, though?
Well, because you can't sit there for.
No, they have to.
Yeah, we can't just sit there and just
Movies
pause.
can't be.
They
It
will.
needs to be 100%
They are.
accurate.
That the goofs?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
deleted
All right,
scenes.
deleted scenes. Nothing too special here. There was an extended scene of Peggy's funeral, though.
No, I would have liked to have seen that.
I actually think it's better left as is, but it is a cool, like, alternate thing, you know, like.
Does he talk to the casket, like her in the casket?
No, like it's just what's her name really?
Sharon?
Yeah, she's like giving like more like a speech and
Oh, I don't
shit
want
and all
that.
this different
I
shit.
wanted him to have like a last word with Peggy.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's
Like, I'm 100. I'm
it's
still
just
here.
like it shows like what an actual funeral would be like. It's not like too long, but to keep the story rolling, it's kind of better that way. I mean, there's some sentimental value there that I could see. Like maybe you'd want an alternate cut with this in it if you were kind of feeling that vibe. But to keep the story running along, I think it's better as is, but still cool to mention. Yeah, ending. Did it deliver? Yes, it did. On my end, for
I'll
sure.
agree and say yes, but it did leave a weird taste in my mouth. Like
Me
the
too.
timing,
like vinegar almost.
like the timing of the ending. Because when I was watching it, there's like 10 minutes left. I was like, okay, there's gonna be a final scene, and it just didn't really happen. And it was just all credits and then end credits.
See,
So
that final
So-
scene with all them, I can't imagine finale it more than that.
I think this is one of the best final scenes in the MCU.
fuck me.
Mainly because
It's like
Yeah,
every
and
time
yeah.
I like,
mainly because it's Captain America telling Tony, like, look, we had our spout, you know, whenever you get over it, I'm still here. And I think that's the purest Captain America, you know, can be
Thing to
right
do.
there. And yeah. And Tony Stark, you can see it in his face, like, okay, we're cool, but give me time. You know, he's like, you're right, just give me some time to get over this. So I think that ending is
See, I'm
really
naive
solid.
because I don't know when the next movie they're together in.
Well, without spoiling the next MCU movies, like, it's
See,
pretty
that's why,
rocky.
because I was like, they're gonna end this movie on a kind of a sour note. Like, what? How are they gonna be in the next movie? That's why, and I don't know that right now, so that's why it's like that.
You know nothing, Tyler Snow.
But yeah, this movie delivers 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Ending delivers. The Cap Iron Man fights so intense, and then like Rodney said, with Cap leaving him that note, and then the phone or whatever, kind of making up because they both wanted what they thought was the best thing throughout
Right.
this movie. They just had different views on it, so they each kind of respect each other. I think in that sense, even though they did have different views, but yeah, ending delivers for sure.
Nice.
On to some trivia.
Trivial Pursuit is engage a symbol.
So in the film, the Falcon utilizes a drone called Red Wing.
Okay, thank God.
But in the comic books, Red Wing is not a drone. It's what?
Tiny helicopter hat. I'm not a big
bird,
comic
like
guy.
a motorized bird.
Yeah.
I'm
Falcon.
trying to think like a tiny falcon toy.
That's
thing.
mine if it's somehow right.
I think isn't it like a little plane, like a plane?
You're just like, it's not motorized.
So
it's like a drone.
It's an actual Falcon called Red Wing.
Oh,
It's
hey,
an
what's
actual
up?
falcon.
Yours is motorized, so I take a point there, kind of.
So a large part of this film is set in Romania,
Yeah.
where one of these actresses was born and lived until they were 8. Who was born there?
Where is it?
Romania.
You always want to think Black Widow for some
I'll say
reason
Vision.
because of the movies, but no.
Sebastian Stan.
Like the actual
don't do
person,
that.
the actor.
Don't do that. That's what I was gonna say.
Someone was actually born
Sebastian
in
Stan
Romania.
is mine. I don't know if we're right.
Man, I have no
That was what
idea.
I was getting to after the Black Widow
We'll
thing.
celebrate if we're right.
Any guess?
Just Vision.
Sebastian Stan
No shit.
was
Hell yeah.
lived there for 8 years.
I don't know why. I just looked at him and I was like,
I know he just looked Romanian.
I'm like, that's Romanian if I've ever seen it. I had to open up with my like, you think Black Widow is a story and
So
shit.
co-director Joe Russo cited 2 90s movies as influences on this film. What 2 movies?
Jingle All the Way.
Breakfast Club.
One came out
That's
in
80s.
95, the other came out in 96, according to this.
Last Action
Executive decision.
I know one of these is one of Brandon's all-time favorite movies.
Hero. Predator.
Men in Black.
Hard target.
7.
Ooh, nice.
Why? What?
That's the 95.
I didn't see 7 in this at all.
No.
but-
These are movies that inspired him, or what was the question?
That influenced the film.
Yeah, that's
That's
weird.
great. What's
okay.
this other Shawshank?
That's just a movie he likes.
96, Fargo.
Fargo.
How did these
Not
influence the
really.
movie at
maybe
all? Both great movies. You know how I feel about 7. Fargo is fucking phenomenal.
it's
but,
damn near flawless.
but I don't see either of those movies in this film at all. So like I don't like there's no way I could have guessed that. Do you see anything?
No,
Like, what?
no.
Like I can't. Like if you were like, do you think Fargo or 7 is anything like Civil War? I'd be like, not even close.
I can see it.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Y'all are full of shit. I
Rodney,
haven't watched those movies,
Any
dude.
tomato scores you got?
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes gives Captain America: Civil War a 90% critically with an 89 audience, but IMDb says 7.8.
IMDb is
Yeah,
always so
dude.
much lower. It's like 2 points lower every time.
I'll just go first with my
Okay.
personal score.
Go on, say
I feel like
yours.
let
I'm-
me do it because I'm gonna light the hookah again,
Yeah, let me do
Okay.
it. Actually,
and then that
No,
give me more
you're-
time to jump back in the mix.
Josh and Ronnie are last.
I give my personal score 8.4 out of 10. This is a great fucking movie. Winter Soldier, that type of level, fucking dope. Gotta love it, man. It's so cool seeing the Avengers. I thought it might be cringe almost how they did it, but the way they fleshed it out, the way it works, it does definitely work. And it's a solid fucking movie. Great movie, for sure. MCU killed it on this one.
Yeah, I'll go next. I give it an 8.8. This is the highest Marvel movie I've rated so far.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
You sure?
I mean, they're not gonna.
They're supposed to forget that for the rankings.
No, they don't matter.
Keep going. Is that all you're going to say?
This movie's unbelievable, and I just love the introduction to the new characters and just how the world's getting better or bigger, and like Falcon is like kind of a badass in the first in Ant-Man. He wasn't, but now they're all just like coming together, and it just makes like if I haven't seen another movie after this one, it would make me excited to see the next one with. You know, especially like Black Panther and Spider-Man.
Nice.
8.8.
I'll go
Pretty
next.
high score.
I feel like you got more to say, Rodney. I'm giving this a 9.2. I absolutely love
Damn.
this movie.
Hell yeah.
It does work almost as another Avengers movie. I love the conflict between Cap and Iron Man, which you see in every other movie they're in together, all the other Avengers, you see them butting heads, and it culminates in this movie, and then with that in-fight with them was fantastic. So it's getting a 9.2.
Oh, yeah.
I figured you were going to go that way.
Yeah, I enjoy this movie a lot. Everybody loves this movie. The only real issues I have is it doesn't really feel like a Captain America movie to me. I wish they'd have made this an Avengers Civil War instead of Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
You know, the introductions of Black Panther and Spider-Man were awesome, but it like I keep saying, it's a little crowded for a Captain America movie himself. It's still a great movie to me. I give it an 8.5. So
lower than I thought.
It is lower than what I thought I was going to be giving it, but this time around I actually didn't like it as much this time around as previous times. So this one's opposite with me.
8.4, 8.5, 8.8, 9.2.
I actually think
it's pretty good.
My score went down a little bit too.
Oh, did it?
As far as what I thought I was going to rate it. So yeah, that was one of the few ones that this hasn't been my favorite viewing of. But on to our last movie, Black Widow. I got some plot for you. Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, confronts the darker parts of her ledger when a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past arises. Pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down, Natasha must deal with her history as a spy and the broken relationship left in her wake long before she became an Avenger. We got runtime, Tyler.
This came out in 2021.
I feel like we just saw this in theater,
Yeah.
like last month.
2 hours, 14 minutes. Anyone want to guess the budget real quick?
$190.
165.
190 is very close. 200. Guess how much it made worldwide?
$832.
No, it's like 700. It's in the 700s.
You're wrong. It's 380.
That's it?
Yeah, worldwide.
Oh, I kind of bombed.
I know.
They
And
lost.
she wanted so much
They
money
lost
for
a
this
lot
movie
because-
too.
Yeah, that's right. Is that all you got?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Rodney, hit us with the noms and cast.
The cast, you get yourself a little bit of a new cast in here with David Arbor. You all know him from Stranger Things. He plays Black Widow's father, the Red Guardian, and then the beautiful Florence Pugh playing Yelena Belova, Black Widow's sister. You got Rachel Weisz playing Melina, the mother, which I thought was an amazing choice. And then you get Ray Winstone playing Dreykov, the villain.
Yeah.
So,
I roll there.
you got Kate Shorthand directing, which this is her first Marvel movie she directed, which Scarlett Johansson and her came up with this story and then took it to Kevin Feige, and he was like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah.
Awards, nothing. The Screen Actors Guild Award, they got nominated for Stunt Ensemble again. So, yeah. Joe.
Who's your all's favorite character?
Me and Brandon are gonna have the same one.
I'm pretty sure everybody's going to have the same one.
Florence Pugh.
Rodney, is that your
Oh,
answer?
no.
That wasn't mine
Red
either.
Guardian.
Red
Yeah,
Guardian.
See,
Yeah.
that was my second, but
So I think the first half of the movie is dominated by Florence Pugh, and then once I think Red Guardian gets introduced, I think
That's
he
true.
steals the
Yeah.
show, and it becomes more of
so
his
they
movie.
both are like your favorite performer.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Red Guardian is amazing, but yeah, Florence Pugh, dude. I was so hyped for this movie
Yeah.
because
Just
I wanted
because
my
of her.
girl to do good, and she murdered
And she did.
it.
She did really good.
She did
And-
great.
It was such a thing where, like, I've been on the Florence Pugh train for a long time, so I was hyped to see her get the spotlight and for more people to inevitably fall in love with her, and that's definitely happening now. So I got to go with Florence Pugh. What about favorite scene?
So I really enjoyed the family reunion dinner scene that they had.
God, it's so good.
They're all sitting around the table. There's just like emotion there. There's some funny lines. When the mom calls the pig in and she named it after the Red Guardian. And she was Alexia.
Alexi.
She's like, you can't see the resemblance? I thought that was funny. So it had a little bit of everything, I think, of that family reunion dinner.
It's so tough to choose favorite scene for me. There's so many in this movie. Something simple like when they played the cover of Nirvana. Like, I've been a huge fan of that song, Smells Like Teen Spirit, for so fucking long, dude. And to see that get its praise. And now, where it's been on my playlist for like 7, 8, 9 years, they actually changed, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit cover. Now they have, like, the fucking name because they got their spotlight in there. And there's so many people like, are you here from Black Widow? And I'm like that weird, like, old grouchy guy, like, I've been here since 2010 or whatever the fuck. So that was cool to see that. Like, that gave me chills. I was like, they are not doing this right now. And that hyped me up immediately. I could choose any of the comedy scenes. They all worked really well in this movie. I think this is, honestly, shockingly, I didn't see that coming, one of the funnier MCU movies for me personally. But scene, it's tough, but I'm going to go with the scene where Florence Pugh is, like, talking about, like, her, like, little jacket where she's talking about, like, the pockets and all that.
It's so much room for
It's
everything.
funny. It's like, you like, oh, I knew you would. Like, that whole scene, like, it was just cool. Like, and you saw the smirk on Black Widow's face, just, like, almost, like, accepting of her as they kind of had the bumpy start, had to work together. And that was one of the first scenes where you're like, oh, man, like, just younger sister, older sister. And for them to just be accepting of each other the way they were. Like, that scene always puts a smile on my face. I like it a lot, especially because this is two of the baddest bitches in Hollywood to me, so it's awesome that they're sisters.
And also what she says, like, before that about, like, this is the first thing I've ever bought myself.
Yeah.
She's never had the free will to buy something, so she was, like, so excited to, like, show off her jacket. Yeah, that was just a small thing about that.
Rodney, what's yours?
My favorite scene is actually, it's weird that it's considered a scene, but it's kind of been it's integrated
Was
with
it
what
in the
Brandon
movie?
was saying. Yeah, it's the title screen. So whenever the title's rolling, Nirvana's playing, the cover for it is playing, but it's how dark they went with that.
Yeah.
That's the darkest I think I've ever seen the MCU.
I got chills
and
when that came on.
Yeah, I can repeat that over and over again. That scene.
I heard people behind us when we saw it too, just like, this is a good cover of Nirvana.
Yeah,
I almost
is.
wanted to be like, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but like
You
you,
should
I
check
have it in
them
my
out.
playlist, you know, the cover song of it now, and I listen to it almost
sings
every
the
day at
cover?
work.
I forget their name.
I forget. It's a female.
They first had it in the movie The
That narrows it
Gallows,
down.
a horror movie. I think
Did
is
you
where
give
I
your
found
scene,
it.
Tyler?
My favorite. I got two. What I'm jumping off Josh's after they have that family dinner and things go bad and Yolanda or whatever goes in that room and then Red Guardian goes in there and talks to her and then like they're arguing back and forth and then he starts singing that song like bye bye Miss American Pie.
No, it's so
drove my
good.
Chevy to the levee, but the levee was right.
Yeah,
I've
when he
seen so
starts
many
singing
people
that,
talk shit
and
actually
she's
on the Red Guardian in this movie, and I don't understand it at all. They're just like, his accent's terrible. He did a terrible job. He's great in Stranger Things, but fuck that. Yeah, I don't get
What were you
it.
saying?
well, obviously, the breaking out of
I mean, it
jail.
fit
Like
with
we
what
got to
you were
talk about
saying.
that. The breaking out of
The jail? Yes.
yeah, breaking Red Guardian out of the prison.
Great scene
That's
too.
such a great scene. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Right? No.
No,
Is
it's
it?
dope,
I
dude.
feel like we had to talk about
This
that.
movie gets some hate too. I've seen like the people either love it or hate it. And there's people that just fucking can't stand this motherfucker, and I don't get it. But yeah, favorite action sequence.
There's some good action sequences in this. But the first fight between Black Widow and her sister, like when they first meet,
Oh yeah.
Such a
I
good
really
fight.
like,
It's pretty dope.
because they don't want to trust each other, but you can kind of see there's something there. And then they both just kind of tap when they're on the ground choking
Yeah.
each other.
Oh no,
No?
no! She saw that she
She's
was
about
about
to
to
kill
kill
her
her sister, and she was like, "Oh, truce!" Like, what am I doing? Truce.
Yeah.
Love that.
Good shit. Rodney's like, I
You
got
okay?
that. And that's my favorite action scene. They're choking
Jeez,
each
of
other to
course
death.
it is.
It's it really? It's like,
No, it's
watch
not
it.
mine. Not at all.
Okay.
Not even close.
Who else?
The final fight scene, whenever they're falling out of the sky and that Taskmaster is flying like right at them.
And they're so like accurate with their like stopping, like sliding on the glass. And
oh yeah, they're jumping off like parts of the building.
It was insane in IMAX, dude.
Oh, I bet.
Did you not go?
You were there.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
go.
he was in surgery.
Yeah. He saw the movie Surgery instead for some weird reason.
It was
movie
terrible.
narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Watch it.
Yeah.
I saw it 3
surgery.
times.
Now this is how it goes down with the surgery. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the best fight scene for me.
Yeah, normally better. Yeah.
Anybody else? What?
It's good. It is a good fight scene.
One of the best.
But for me, and as much as I think they underutilized Taskmaster to the maximum that they could have, and I'm really upset about that.
Don't do it.
I think the Black Widow versus Taskmaster on the bridge.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite fight
Fuck
scene.
you.
Because dude, it's like
It's
shows
short,
like,
but it's dope. And
dude,
that's when he when Taskmaster
you thought
first
he
comes
was gonna
on
be
the
a big
scene.
deal.
You were like,
Yes.
oh damn.
He was fucking her up, dude. Well,
Yeah,
Spoiler.
I had to give that away, yeah.
But yeah, that fight scene was great. All to be fucking wasted
Swept under the
throughout the
rug.
whole rest of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
I'm gonna go
dude.
pee pee.
So dope. Boobs and dude, I'm just gonna come for Tyler. I'm gonna come on for Tyler here. This is the most depressing movie not to have boobs in. I would have loved a shower incest scene with Florence Pugh and Scarlett
I
Johansson.
thought that's not in the deleted.
Everybody else
scenes?
would have been like, "What the fuck? They're ruining them!" I'm like, they up my score, 10 out of 10. Yeah, God, dude.
No, there's no. Boobs
How does
or
the
butt.
guy from Scrubs get to hit Florence Pugh all the time, like in the face? He's abusive. No, like gets to tear that up.
I do have a best line.
Let's hear it.
When Florence Pugh says, "If Dreykov kills you, then one of the big ones comes to avenge you." And Black Widow's like, "Wait, what are one of the big ones?" Talking about the Avengers. And Alana says, "Well, I doubt the god from space has to take an ibuprofen after a fight." Like that's
No,
good.
yeah.
She's
Not really lying, but I love the weird fucking camaraderie that's not even really there with the Red Guardian and Captain America. Like,
Yeah,
like, have you
yeah.
talked to him? He's just like,
Yeah.
we are like equals.
Did he tell you any stories about
Yeah,
me?
he's like, we're almost like adversaries. Like that whole thing. It's so good.
Oh, and I like when he puts the suit on for the
Just
first
trying to
time.
squeeze
He's like
into it.
fat and he's
Yeah.
like, it still fits.
Yeah,
She's like, I never
He's
watched it.
smiling. And then,
Smile.
and when they're fucking in the sky after they rescue him, it's like, no, just keep going. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, okay. And it just free falls.
Yeah.
Like, look how you turned out.
Her favorite line
Remember
is
the
like,
Avengers?
that sounds like a bad plan.
Yeah.
That sounds like too much work.
Yeah, it's great.
I loved her accent.
the little
too,
pose.
actually.
Yeah, it almost makes her
She's
hotter.
God,
What's
dude,
going
she's
on?
amazing in this. Okay.
Location again, all over the place.
Jeez.
Filmed in Norway, Hungary, Morocco, UK, and then Georgia.
Dude, I'm fucking hungry.
Takes place in Ohio,
Hungary,
Cuba, Morocco, Norway, and then the Red Room in the sky.
Yeah.
Stupid as shit.
Well said. Yes.
Unimportant scene. I accidentally got ahead of myself, and it's the Nirvana cover. Like, being a big fan of that for some time, that was big for me. See how that works? Like, it's not unimportant, but it's
Big for you,
unimportant
like
to
Tom
other
Hanks
people.
big.
Yes, exactly. Now you're catching on. That was like huge for like when that came up. Load up on guns. I was like, no,
Dude, it does,
no, they just did it. This song's in the movie.
But
Like, I
not only
wanted to
that,
turn
but
to
they
everybody.
extended it through the whole fucking. Because Marvel movies don't have intro like credit scenes like that in the beginning, but they did, and they used it perfectly with that song.
Dude, it wrecked me. I was like, they did not just do this. Holy shit. I got so excited. And something real quick I'll say for this movie before I forget. This movie did a great job, like especially with trailers today, especially Marvel movies even. You think they'd show you every little thing. The trailers of this movie, you had really no idea what you're going into. This movie was very interesting in that regard, where it flipped it on its head, and you were like, what the fuck? This is where this movie's going. It just made them seem like they were a strong family that fought together.
Yeah.
And it was so much more. I think that's an important ad that was really pleasantly surprising as you watch the movie. It could have been cool the other way too, but to like refreshing in a way to like we get every little spoiler detail in trailers anymore. This movie kind of hid what it was going to be like or what you expected it to be like. So that's cool. Good shit there. What about dumbest or cringiest moment?
Oh, let me tell you something.
Oh, let's hear.
Let me tell you how fucking mad I was when I found out the Red Room was in the sky. That shit pisses me off so bad. And then the cringe moment of her being like, oh, this is how they were above the radar the whole time. It's like, oh, funny, cool. You know, it's so lazy. Putting it
Don't
in
be talking shit.
How do planes not see it? Shield not find it? Like, it doesn't like that.
It was so high in the
It's
sky.
so stupid to put it up in the sky like that. Like, this is the Red Room. This is just you're training assassins like that can be on ground.
I actually dig it.
Ugh.
I think it's cool. Like, just like, who would have thought it's way above us right now?
I hate it.
I like it. Y'all hate that?
I mean, I'm not a fan of it. I wouldn't say I hate
Yeah.
it, but I mean, I understand more where Rodney's coming from. I guess.
They had to have it up there for that epic last scene where everything blows
Well, yeah,
up
that's
and they
why
fall.
it was for the fall.
That's the only reason that it
And
was up
it's,
there.
you know, like, where is this at? Oh, it's fucking above
In a
us.
big
Out of
ass
sight, out of
cloud where you
mind.
can see it.
Yeah, I
clear
feel
as
like you
day.
could hide underground easier than in the sky.
Well, they have that technology like Shield does, where you can like look like it's
Invisible?
just pretty much.
Yeah.
But still, it's. I just wish it was like some kind of bunker.
Wrong numbers.
I think a bunker.
Bunker would have been amazing.
But then the fight scenes at the end.
Goose.
When Natasha is loading up her vehicle and puts the yellow fuel can in it, she is clearly wearing white pants, and guess what? In the next scene, she's wearing dark pants.
I did notice that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Should have said something. During the helicopter escape
Wait, I was waiting for you to point it out.
of Alexei, a machine gun in the tower shoots through all side windows in the helicopter.
Except the front.
But in the next few shots, the helicopter's in there and on the ground, and the glass is still intact.
Wow.
Last one, Scarlett Johansson's stunt double is visible at the 1 hour 47 12-minute mark while turning her face towards the camera. Did you?
I did.
You did notice that?
I did. I would have seen that.
Did you watch the movie?
No.
You can see it on there.
Yeah, you can see it on the
Oh
movie.
shit.
It is a scene.
Facts.
fuck.
His
I'll-
favorite,
I'll have to
actually. Let me
watch
come
this
in with
later.
this. Yeah.
Any
That's
deleted
it.
scenes you can think of, Brandon?
No, that's what fucked me up on this. I'm going to be completely honest. This is like the most recent Marvel movie, or one of them came out last year. So I have seen this movie like 5 times since it came out, legitimately. And I got to last night, and I didn't really have a lot of time, and I was like, you know what? This isn't my style. Normally, I've watched the movie before. I was like, I just watched this like a month and a half ago, maybe like right before we decided to just jump into this Marvel train, because we're always like, oh, put it off. And then we were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. And I was like, oh, you know what? I got this one. I need to go to sleep. I got to think about things like that nature, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, usually how we watch these. I watched them Monday, Wednesday. It was supposed to be Thursday. It got away from me. And something I didn't take into consideration at the time, out of sight, out of mind, I was like, if I didn't watch and prepare for this, I remember I walked through the room right before we were about to record. I was like, fuck, deleted scenes. I didn't think about that. So I have none. I apologize, guys.
All right. Well,
Do you have a reason why you don't have any?
Here, let me lay it out.
did the ending deliver?
Not really.
Rodney, you want to go first?
I don't. Okay, so here's the thing about Black Widow. I'm gonna be that guy that says it's about 6 years too late. Okay, this movie should have come out a long time ago. They did good with it being between Civil War and
That's tonight.
whatever's next after that. But
Is it Black Panther or
I can't
Doctor
remember.
Strange?
I think it's Black Panther. Maybe it is Doctor Strange.
It's one of those two.
Doc-
Those are the
anyway,
next two.
but I just didn't think. I mean, with Ross, getting to the site and then she's gone. It's like, duh. Like could we have ended it on a better note than that? Like I just didn't. It didn't deliver for me.
It definitely delivered for me. I thought it was fucking awesome. The whole sequence, the free falling from the sky, Florence Pugh making that like sacrifice at the end where it could have like ended her very short-lived fight on the ground that I wish would have lasted longer, but it was also kind of impactful. I thought it was cool. And just in general, like the way it all, panned out, I thought it was all good. I liked it all.
Oh yeah, it delivered for me as well. I love the free fall scene. That's
I like that.
I'm
talking about after that as well. I don't like my fault.
What Brandon said when Florence Pugh sacrificed herself and she's falling and Black Widow just dives after her with that parachute and
Didn't
then ends up
It's a
letting
cool
her
way
go
to
off
die.
and diving back by herself because Taskmaster was coming. And then you see all the other widows at the end land in the helicopter, airplane, or whatever to come and support.
The nose break scene,
them.
she's like, fuck.
So yeah, I think the ending delivered for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, y'all said everything.
Okay.
I agree.
Wouldn't that have killed her if she broke
nose
that
break
vein
scene?
in her the front of her head though? Like,
Yeah, that. And then she broke or popped her nose back in place.
I will say I like that pheromone idea though, where he has a certain
Yeah, that's great.
like clone or whatever.
He's
that,
like, oh, you want to kill me? Like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
What
Oh,
if
you
it,
can't
like,
do it.
What if
can
you
you?
forgot to put like
Your
your clone on?
I like the element of like, oh shit, like the fact that she just breaks it and it's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, really? I didn't think about that. Like, that's kind of cool to me.
Trivia.
Such a simple way to get out of it, but so cool just to like imagine his reaction, like, shit, help, help.
Help!
I didn't think of this, help.
widows.
Okay.
Who was the front runner to play Florence Pugh's character?
Fuck,
God, I don't like them.
dude. I know this too.
I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't even answer.
They're in a movie we have reviewed before.
Megan Fox.
Any
I
guess?
was gonna say Jennifer Lawrence.
All right, do the
That's
initial
terrible.
thing again.
E.M. Or E.W., sorry.
Emily Watson
Emma Watson.
or Emma Watson. Yeah,
Got it.
I'm gonna say Emma Watson.
yeah.
I got one.
Fuck
I'm out of here.
Fuck that. Florence Pugh all day.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
Yeah,
is the
for sure.
third
Now what
MCU film to be a prequel instead
know
of a
what they had
continuous
yet.
narrative. Can you name the other two movies?
There were prequels?
This is the third MCU film that was a prequel instead of a continuous narrative. So where it came in was actually before when they released it.
Oh, we should get this, but Black Panther.
Doctor Strange.
Well, I went to Spider-Man Homecoming, and that's not it at all.
One came out in 11, one came out in 19.
Oh, well then that's
Black-
Captain America,
First Avenger,
First Avenger, and then what was the other one?
2019.
Yes.
Oh, that was either
Fuck.
Black Panther or not Black Panther. That was Captain Marvel or no, it's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah, Captain. Shit, I didn't even think
Yeah,
because
First
she's not
Avenger
even in
and
the.
Captain Marvel. Good job.
that's 3. Where are you at?
Speaking of that Nirvana song, this is the second film to feature a Nirvana
The
song in
Gallows.
it. What was the other MCU movie that had a Nirvana song?
Oh,
in it?
Captain Marvel again.
Yeah.
Come
Oh, yeah.
As you are.
as you are.
Yeah,
I know my Nirvana.
it's like
and
the
I know
best part of
my-
that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I like
Done
that.
for trivia.
I don't know about
Rodney,
that.
what you got for tomatoes?
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes for Captain Marvel. See, you got me stuck on that movie now. For Black Widow is 79% critic and a 91 audience, with a not too good 6.7 on IMDb.
Jesus
As this
IMDb
movie
is
came out, you
crazy.
saw more and more hate. It's almost like people got on the hate train.
So I remember your score. I don't remember your all scores.
Yeah, I don't either. I wanted to go back and see what I gave it originally.
But I remember Brandon's score when we came out of the theater, and I remember mine when I came out of the theater. So I was curious to see where he was at on this watch. But it's actually gone up for me, even though what they did with Taskmaster was ridiculous to me. It really pissed me off. But Black Widow was great as the character Black Widow. Florence Pugh, dude, she just came in and was like, "Look, I'm gonna fucking take over. I'm gonna take the reins on this," and she let us know that she's ready to move, like through the MCU. You know?
Especially with that end credit scene.
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
dude. Yeah.
You know how hyped I was after that because
Yeah.
I was going in like with this like little boy dream, like she could be the Black Widow now. This is like it could happen, and as it kept going, I'm like, she's killing it if they want to. And then the end credit scene, I was like, let's go! I think it's gonna happen. I got
And
so
she,
hyped.
Hawkeye was a disappointment, but the show, but
I was about to say, I was like, Hawkeye, what the fuck?
But no,
Take him out of the movie.
I mean, I had a lot of issues with it, but it's a fun movie to watch, regardless. It's a 7.9 for me. It was a 7.7 when I saw it in theaters. But it went up a couple.
This is crazy. It was a 7.7 for me, and then we started talking about it. I bumped it to a 7.9.
Really?
Yeah.
For this review?
Yeah. So it's a 7.9 for me now.
What you got?
So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't remember what I gave it when we first saw it.
I can't remember either.
So I want to figure that
It
out.
might have been like a low 8.
Because I don't know if
Yeah.
it went up or down. I just went
Or high
in
7.
based off this view what I gave it, but I'm giving it an 8.4.
Nice.
Yeah,
I really
that's
enjoyed
good.
it. There are some problems with it. I think mainly what you've hit on, Rodney, is the Taskmaster.
Dude,
I think they had a good villain
he's
there.
such a great villain.
They could have utilized
But
that
as
a
soon as
little
they
bit
turned
more.
into a woman.
But the whole movie
That
works
was
8.4. Brandon, what you got?
Yeah, I absolutely adore this movie, dude. It came in like I like more of not the mainstream superhero, so seeing like a offbeat, like random kind of one where it's like a prequel to Black Widow, that excites me, whereas other people are kind of like, all right, this is like second tier shit, I'll see it, tune in. I'm the opposite direction of that. Florence Pugh being my girl, seeing if she deliver, the fact that she did deliver, and then the ending basically solidifying like she could be the new Black Widow and all that, like that just raised it so much to me. And then as shocking as it is, the Gallows song, the fucking song from the Gallows, the fucking Nirvana thing, that swept me off my feet. The comedy that worked, the comedy
was
is
so good.
iffy at times for me in MCU. Sometimes it feels forced. It's one of my favorite comedy ones. The action, everything. It swept me off my feet, dude. This one is a 9.3 out of 10.
So it's the exact same as.
No, it was a 9.1 before.
No, you.
I think I had it at 9.3, and I tempered my expectations, and I bumped it to a 9.1 because I'm
okay.
going too far
I
with
don't
it.
know how
But then
y'all
after
remember.
watching it like 5 times, I'm just like, yeah, dude, I think I'm right in that 9.3, especially comparing it to other Marvel movies. Because I feel like when I watch other Marvel movies where my score is not like wrong, but like a lot of times like where I'm like, I feel like this is like an 8.2, but you know what? I'm going to give it the 2 points because of the spectacle and the action was amazing. And here, if I can't do that with this one, then what? I should be able to do that with this one. This is a 9.3 out of 10 to me.
Fucking solid.
Yeah, I'm probably the biggest fan of this movie there is.
Oh,
Any
yeah, you
additional points?
Love it. No, I pretty much tossed in all my additional points
Bye, Miss American
on the
Pie.
way, dude.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Drive my Chevy
pretty much the Red Guardian. What about that scene when he's like standing up after that and he's just like, I'm the Red Guardian, and he gets shot before he can finish
Oh
his
yeah,
sentence? Like that was
all
funny
the
as shit.
sleeping darts.
Yeah, that was great shit. And then for some reason, from the trailer, like he was real enough to me, that like lives rent free in my head for some reason. Florence Pugh, the
Dude, she's one of the
voice,
best criers in Hollywood too.
Dude,
She is.
She's a
she can
goddess.
cry.
Watch Midsommar if you
Yes.
haven't for that reason.
Yeah.
She's amazing. That's where I fell in love with her, even though I liked her even
I
before.
put her up there in the tier with Mel Gibson and crying.
Yeah, dude, she's even looks like Mel Gibson.